Yes, sir. It's Sunday night.
Man,
You know what that means.
back in the
Mag back and better than ever.
And it's Ahmad back again.
Hey, did y'all hear Ron so smooth on that one? Be sure to check us out each and every Sunday night from 6 to 7 Central Standard Time. Follow us on social.
and all that, but the major persons or person is done with.
Oh, that's always a good thing.
Yeah,
The main
that's the
person-
main thing.
The main persons.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
I mean, children. Christmas
are
for the
important.
children, man.
They
Christmas
are
for the
important.
children. So, got to get them out the way. Then the spouse, the wife, gotta get her. Gots to get her.
Got to get her.
But I'm done
Well,
for the most part. I ain't got the.
I'm proud of you, sir.
Hey.
I've known you to be a procrastinator.
hey,
and
those
you are
who
no
ain't
longer.
Okay, we
Those
got a
are the-
potential EEOC issue here. Sir, we don't have workers' comp at 92 Kells. Get your ass off of that chair.
I was gonna say. I was about to put a poll on Facebook Live. If those watching, who
We got our boy Slow in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
It was
man.
going to be a great shot.
that was gonna be epic.
Yeah, it was going to be the
That's gonna
last
be
shot.
that's gonna be so viral. That
Say,
would have been
well,
so viral.
at least he went into a coma doing what he loves.
So speaking of, that's a good. Y'all hear? Old boys out the coma.
Yes, he
Oh,
is.
that's beautiful.
Man, congratulations, prayers on that.
Yeah,
Much so.
definitely.
Adonis Stevenson.
Yeah,
That's
Adonis
Adonis.
Stevenson. I'm sorry.
The same weekend of our fight night, our very first episode, our special edition. Adonis Stevenson was not the undercard, but he was fighting on a different bill,
Yeah, he was fighting in Europe somewhere,
and
right?
he was knocked stupid
Literally
Knocked
and
into a
has
coma.
been in a coma ever since.
No pun.
As we were eating wings, he was in an ambulance.
Yeah, that was December
Poor
1st.
guy.
So my question would be: is it safe? Like, is he done playing? Is he done boxing?
He should be.
No, we know he should be.
Man.
Probably should have before.
Probably should have never started boxing.
Stop it. That is
just
so
saying.
mean. That is mean, yo.
Well, no, he's had a nice
he had belts and
career.
everything.
Like,
Yeah, he's
Jesus.
not horrible.
I'm not talking about his career. I'm just saying that come on now. The whole premise of boxing,
Oh yeah, that's
legalized combat for what? Because until you become a champion, the reward for actually competing in a boxing match is minimal.
Yeah, but that minimal reward is something you get locked up for doing outside. So some people enjoy fighting so much that they just need to do that.
Yeah, and it's something that you love, and I mean, there's worse jobs. There's way more dangerous jobs
That it is.
that people make. Well, I mean,
There's way more dangerous.
Yeah, there are. You know, working in damn.
It's way more dangerous just walking down the street if you want us.
Working in a factory somewhere.
Yeah,
at a refinery that could blow up.
That's true. Be a minor.
A minor. You ain't making nearly. You don't have nearly the upside.
Did we see the video of the guys at the concert when the tsunami hit?
What?
I did see.
Wow. Did you see that?
Talk about life being dangerous.
Yeah.
All he was trying to do was entertain.
They just sitting there
that man turned around towards the stage, said it was like, God! And the water just came from everywhere.
Seen it, look it up on social media.
Oh, man.
There was a concert going on.
Hey, for real, though, while we joking, prayers go out to
Very
Indonesia,
so,
though.
Yeah, there you go.
Indonesia, man. Prayers go out for them.
We had a busy week, man. We had of course, you know, it's a lot going on in the NFL. We had some teams solidify their position. We had a big trade in Major League Baseball this week. What else? The Rockets. Josh Gordon. We had
North Shore.
some interesting things happen in the NBA. Did you see Kevin Durant get dunked on?
Oh, my God.
Boogie Cousins?
Boogie. Hey.
Try to laugh that off.
Hey, on the real, where was everybody? Where was everybody? That was and one. They should have all came from the stands.
That was and one. You silly.
Whatever. They should have came from the stands, took that man's jersey, shorts. It was like, nah, get out of here. Can't play here no more. For real. After the All-Star break.
After the All-Star.
Who's supposed to come back?
Boogie, yeah, after All-Star break.
Man.
They're keeping him. They probably may keep him all the way out to the playoffs.
He hasn't played since before the All-Star break of last year.
I mean, but he tore his Achilles,
like
man.
At least
He's looking good. Dudes are like really coming back from what used to be career injuries. Did you see Foreman playing today?
I know, man. That was so good to see.
Speaking of
that was so good to see. Though,
we've had players come back from cancer.
Twice,
Eric Berry and
Twice.
Howell and
Cushenberry.
So I mean, there's a lot to be said about where the medicine and the technology is going in sports. So I'm happy to see that. Because I was like, all of a sudden, how all these players getting cancer all of a sudden? Maybe it's just they testing it differently.
Or it's the radiology of every MRI and X-ray that you've taken throughout your whole life. But,
okay.
I know. I just went to the dentist. Is that unnecessary? I mean, it's crazy how they put you down. They put that thing in your mouth, and that.
And they put the lead jacket over
that
you.
That heifer ran right out that room.
Put the lead jacket over you. Like, I'm going to X-ray
looking at me through a window.
What are you doing, man?
What am I doing where?
We don't refer to women as heifers.
Oh, Jesus. Come on.
Hey, with the new Me Too movement, brother, I am a part.
I didn't touch her. I didn't invite her over for a drink.
Texans took an L today.
Yes, the Texans took an L.
Yeah, thank you, D. I appreciate that. Let's move on.
It was a valiant effort.
It looked good, though.
It looked good. Nice comeback. Defense.
It looked good.
That's the best part of our team. So,
hey,
I think that was an L we could take.
Deshaun looks like the second coming of Warren Moon.
No,
and he's
not
sliding
at all.
And Steve McNair.
Oh,
together.
God. No. Look.
I don't know what
Not
game.
quite Warren Moon, but
I don't know what game.
Did you see that throw?
Yeah, no.
But Moon made those throws.
No. He throws the ball well. He is damn good. He is very talented. To me, it looks like a high school offense.
I was just going to say, I don't know what game. Yeah, I was watching.
You just let your quarterback run around and make a play.
That's Bill O'Brien.
It looked like what we saw yesterday in Texas Stadium. It looked like a high school offense. That's what it looked like to me. Screen passes.
That's Bill O'Brien and his supposed.
Is that Bill O'Brien or is that just your personnel?
No, he's the offensive coordinator.
Well, no, he definitely calls very scarily. I was going to say something else, but I said I'm going to be
But
nice.
He doesn't because when it was 3rd and 1.
Oh, that was horrible.
We were going for 10 to 15 yard pass plays instead of just getting a first down.
You can't run the ball.
Don't need to.
Yeah,
But
you
we
can't
were-
run the
we
ball.
were running at will
That's
5
the
weeks
problem.
ago.
A check down.
Literally 100-yard games
Okay.
at will 5 weeks ago.
Your boy. Well, Miller's hurt.
I was gonna say that was
Yeah.
Lamar Miller though.
Yeah, it's Lamar Miller.
Miller's hurt.
All
That's-
them?
Yeah.
Blue is a special teams player.
You saw what Blue
Foreman's
did.
back. Blue is.
You
I'm
saw
not
what
gonna
Blue
say
did
trash.
today.
Blue is a special.
No, Blue's
teams
not
player.
trash. Blue is good for what he's there for, but I mean, Blue's had a lot of opportunity to be the starting running back here, and he hadn't ever won it. I mean, he's here for his special teams play, and I guess he's a good guy in the locker room.
Yes,
But-
he's a good team player.
Yeah.
Like all SEC.
You know, even I still won't
Players.
forgive him for that, letting Brian Cushion talk to him like that back on.
I mean, because he's
Yeah, I was like, you need to come on, man, just dude, like,
this
don't let
dude.
this dude talk to you. Like, this is embarrassing for all of us. Don't do that.
I mean,
Oh my God, you don't want to fight me, Blue? I'm like, man, you big steroid.
I know, right?
Yeah, he's
Man,
probably
hit
like,
that-
you right, dude, because
Hit
you
that fool
eat.
right in that big chin.
Right?
And them big, no, let me stop. I would say them big old rabbit teeth. Man, that's not nice. Wow.
Yeah.
That is not what we're up here for, gentlemen.
No.
We are supposed to be encouragers and
I mean, we encourage.
Yeah, but I mean, but
We
back
love
to the
the
game. It boils down. Okay, and then we had another unfortunate penalty, which I don't think was his fault. It was a bad call. It was overkill. But that penalty on Clowney
No, but he gets them every
that kept
game.
that drive alive.
Like
I don't understand it. It looked like a good play to me.
you talking about the rough in the pass?
Yes.
They said he
the
drove
helmet
him
went
in
right
there.
in his chest, bro.
You could do that. No,
last
helmet
I
said
checked,
do
you
that.
could do that.
No,
Yes.
they
I
said
don't think you
they
can
drove.
do
No,
that.
they
They
said
don't-
he drove him into the ground.
He threw
He didn't
him
drive
down.
him.
It's,
put
he
it
didn't
down,
know.
bro.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think you can put the crown of your helmet into the chest of the quarterback.
Well,
I
what
think that's legal.
what they're trying to eliminate is you using the crown of your helmet, but they also were trying to eliminate you using the crown of your helmet into somebody else's head.
Yes.
Yes, but it's
If you're
general.
hitting them in the chest where
Yeah.
you are
Yeah.
padded,
Yeah.
Not with the crown
And not
of
in the head.
helmet.
He didn't hit him in the head. He didn't drive him in the
who do
ground.
you think actually took the worst end of that lick? It wasn't Nick Foles.
No.
It was actually Clowney because
He was trying to protect him.
he hit him. He hit him with his head.
All
Yeah.
I'm saying is, if he would have had his head up, he wouldn't have got the penalty.
Dude, if you
And
okay.
he's known for the man. Did you see the one where he lined up in the neutral zone?
Yeah, yeah.
How do you do that?
I
Explain
mean,
that to me, Hadar. Football player.
He just looks like a bonehead right
Well,
now.
you want to get as close to the
But
ball
you
as
have to
possible.
look left to
Yeah.
see the ball. That also would let you know I'm even with the ball. That's a problem.
Man, he's just on some. Hey, if I can get away with it, I can get
Just-
away. with
I
it.
mean, pretty
No.
much.
They might not
He's
call
just
it this
trying
time.
to.
Yeah.
What's his awareness on Madden? Anybody know?
96.
You know what's crazy?
It's gonna be 64 next year.
That's how I know I've gotten grown, man. I can't
His
tell you
awareness on
the
that.
last time I played Madden,
Yeah.
brother.
Oh man.
I haven't either, but his awareness next year is gonna
And
be
my
60.
kids don't play it, so I don't have nobody to beat up on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They playing Dragon Ball Z and
What's up, twins?
Batman.
what's up?
Batman's Arc. What is it? I don't know.
Escape from Arkham or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But
Buying FIFA for Christmas.
But back to this whole deal with the helmet. Okay, now you got to consider. Okay, now the man already got a big ass head, right?
With dreads.
And most of them do. Then you got dreads under the helmet.
With
How do you
dreads.
how do you get your head out of the way? Okay,
I
you
mean,
can't
he
get
could-
your head out of the way. You play football.
Yes, he could have slightly
Yeah.
moved it out the
Could
way.
have moved it to
Dude.
the side.
That okay?
I'm through talking about the Texans.
I mean-
because all the Texans are doing is proving me right. Y'all the ones keep holding on to the Texans.
Oh my
done.
God,
They blocked the field goal.
Oh, okay. Pittsburgh.
man! I should
We
have
got
went with
we got the
Kenneth's pick.
Pittsburgh New Orleans games on.
Yeah, I
Playing
should have
hard
went
for
with
Tomlin
Kenneth's pick.
right now. Playing hard.
New Orleans.
New Orleans got to have home field advantage. Now, they
Yeah,
good,
if they
but I don't
don't,
know
they
if they're
done.
good enough to.
Oh,
They
just
blew
ran this
that
man
up.
right over.
They blew that up. That is crazy.
He gets paid to hold that block, and he just got trucked.
Yeah, he did.
Are we agreeing with Cameron Hayward's comments?
What's that?
He said that Ben Roethlisberger is not
After Phillip Rivers,
top 5 in his era.
you put him behind
agree.
Eli Manning as
Now-
well.
I agree to a degree. Because that dude said Eli Manning, and I was like,
Yeah.
hold
That-
up.
I'm like, come on, man.
Hold up.
But wait.
You're trash
But
with that.
wait.
Yeah.
But wait.
Oh.
But what am I waiting for?
Now, listen
about
to
Eli.
Hear me out, right? and I probably admit a lot of this is biased too, because I don't even like Ben Roethlisberger, and so I do think he's extremely overrated. The 2 Super Bowls that he won, he had a top 5 defense both times, and if you look at his stats. During those seasons, they were mediocre at best, right?
If you look at his stats during that Super Bowl, he didn't throw a touchdown.
That's what I'm saying. So, now, walk with me here.
Young Ben.
Because ultimately, his pushback or his rebuttal was him being Hall of Fame. Now, he's going to be a Hall of Fame. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. Now, I don't necessarily think he should be, but he's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's going to be a Hall of Famer.
We're talking about Roethlisberger
and he should be.
Yes.
As
Why
well
should he?
he
Because
should,
of his
though.
stats? Every quarterback in the league's stats are inflated right now.
And his are better than all the others.
Yeah, they are.
Every
his stats, his
quarterback
longevity.
in the league stats are inflated right now.
And he's
because
ahead of
they
that
play
group.
a different game.
But
Yeah,
you're not.
yeah,
But
yeah,
you're
we
not.
understand
You're
that.
missing.
Quarterbacks can't be touched. They get way more snaps than any quarterback ever did before them.
Yeah.
They get receivers get to come up the middle.
So then, why would any quarterback be entered into the Hall of Fame from this era? Then what you're saying is that everybody should be discounted.
Yeah, you have to judge him on the era.
What I'm saying
On the
is,
era.
let's
But if you judge him on the era, he is better than most quarterbacks. In
And
this
I mean,
era.
he's spanned eras. You know, people have come and gone
So now,
since he's been.
We agree that Peyton and Brady. I think Brady's rather overrated too, but still.
Oh, stop.
I mean, he's most accomplished. I'll give him that.
That's the only thing that people, because I've been saying it for years. Drew Brees is better than Tom Brady. Always has been. However, because he has 5 Super Bowls, they give Tom Brady more credit.
Yeah, that's the nod you're going to get, though.
Drew Brees has been outplaying Tom Brady since he's been in the league.
I don't know if that's facts.
That's
well,
fact.
no.
That's fact.
No, Drew's had a fantastic career, and I mean, I don't even think. I mean, it doesn't come.
It's not either or. Number one.
Yeah, it's
number
not.
Two, Tom Brady had an effect in those 5 championships.
He did. He had a profound effect.
He is truly the common leak on the field.
He's the only one that's been on every one of them.
Championships.
Who else been on every team?
So how can he not get credit for that?
I'm not saying he doesn't get credit for that. I'm saying.
You're saying that's all he gets? Well,
I'm saying he gets way more credit than he deserves. Like they,
for being the winningest quarterback currently in the league.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, because he's also the longest tenured one in the league, right? So I mean,
But usually that means he'd have a downfall.
Joe Montana had a lot of help.
He went over to Germany and had that coach.
John Montana did have a lot of help.
So what are you talking about?
And people try to consider Joe Montana the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah. I do.
Yeah,
simply because he has 5 Super Bowls.
That's what you consider Michael Jordan the greatest ever for?
I don't consider Michael Jordan the greatest ever.
I mean, yes.
Who you think is LeBron?
No,
don't say it. Don't say it.
I'm going to say this again.
We're not even there, though. Okay.
Michael Jordan was not the best player in his draft, let alone the greatest player of all time.
What are you talking about? So you're talking about his pre-draft status? Or are you talking about what he did once he actually got drafted?
I'm saying
it turned out he was the best player in that draft. I love Hakeem Olajuwon.
No, he was not better than Hakeem Olajuwon.
Bro, yeah.
Now, they play 2 different positions.
Yes.
They play 2 different positions. Hakeem Olajuwon completely changed the way the position was played. Number one, he was an offensive threat. He was a defensive threat. He played with finesse and speed. This man had 200 blocks, 200 steals in one season.
Yeah.
He was the first 2-time defensive player of the year. He would give you 36 to 50 anytime he wanted.
They faked the punt. Didn't get it. That was dumb.
How far was it?
Is Pete 4th and 4? Is Pete Carroll calling the plays here?
I don't know, but you're not.
Or the special teams coach for Duncanville last night.
You're winning, dude. You're winning.
With that reverse on the opening kickoff.
Why are you?
Bro, if they didn't have that dude, he would have got stopped.
And he almost fumbled the ball.
I know, you're winning. Punt the ball away.
Yeah, just punt it away. Well, they just gave it to the Saints.
And they just gave their playoff.
Hi, Dad.
Shout out to the Saints fans.
No, he's elated.
Saints Nation out there. Shout out to.
Those are Hakeem Olajuwon. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of.
Okay,
but
we got it.
Michael Jordan, those stats you just rattled off for Hakeem Olajuwon, you could rattle off stats from Michael Jordan and probably double that.
The ball went into Jordan way more than the ball went into Dream.
Oh, come on.
Come on, they played two different positions.
Yes, they
But
did.
Dream-
But
So
the
I-
Rockets'
I'm not
offense
on
went through
his
Hakeem
team.
Olajuwon.
Granted, this is kind of comparing apples to oranges.
Yeah, it is. It's
The
very
offense
difficult.
didn't go through Hakeem until what, 92?
So, is Hakeem the best big man ever to play the game? That's what you're saying?
No.
Well, Lord, have mercy.
So
What
who
we
is
talking
it?
about?
He's better than Michael Jordan.
Are you going to say
No,
Kareem
no,
or
of
somebody?
Of course, you got to say Kareem or Wilt.
I
You
saw
got to.
Kareem when he was half dead. So I wasn't
Meaning his career.
his career.
Because Kareem will
Oh,
walk
I
in
was
here
gonna
right
say,
now
yeah.
and be standing
Dang.
up straighter than
They'll
you.
probably fight you
doubt
for
it.
that comment.
But
Still.
Oh yeah, because remember he know kung fu.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Bruce
yeah.
Lee.
And
Boy,
his
that boy
military
was
with
whooping
it,
Bruce
too.
Lee. You better recognize it.
Yeah, sure he was. But anyway,
That was just to build drama.
yeah. Hey, Tamika.
Man, back on the Texans,
Anyway.
though, man.
Hey, baby, you got a shout out. Hey, Mrs. Jones.
But okay, look, I don't want to talk about this too long. Hakeem was great. I went back and watched that. I mean, YouTube is the best thing in the world. But I went back and watched all kinds of stuff. I watched the San Antonio, the game.
What he freaked David Robinson?
Where he just dominated David, and David Robinson was playing
MVP
good
at that time,
Yes,
David Robinson.
I
Gave it
mean,
to him right in front of Dream. That's what made him
Hakeem.
mad.
Yeah, it's just a shame that from '94 to '96, really you couldn't really get. Was it '94 to '90? Yeah. You couldn't really get a Rockets Bulls matchup
Yeah.
because I mean Hakeem was just he was unstoppable.
Unbeatable.
Unbeatable.
I am
E-tonic.
unbeatable.
I got some E-tonics. Unbeatable.
I think I had the LA Gear joints.
I had
can't
the
remember.
Flames.
Those were such
Flames.
bad shoes.
They were awful. They were god awful. But I
You
rocked
ain't
them.
getting no Spalding.
I didn't get any Spalding. No, I
shoes
didn't.
were the worst.
I didn't get any Spalding.
I'm gonna make them so they're affordable.
Yeah, which is cool. And
nobody wants-
Starburst. Yeah, I know nobody wants affordable
They'll sit
shoes.
on the
Everybody
shelf
wants
and then be
exclusive.
shipped over
Right.
to-
That's we'll have that. Look, that's another show too. We'll have to talk about that, man.
Nobody wants affordable shoes. Anyway, but I mean, Hakeem was unstoppable. I think the Rockets had some bad luck with the Ralph Sampson injury and then cocaine. And that broke up a very, 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 very good team.
Very good.
You know, cocaine and bad feet killed that team. That team was going to be. But cocaine killed a lot of stuff. It was the 80s. It was the 80s. It was the 80s. Cocaine killed the black community. So
No, crack cocaine kills.
it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
Yes, it is the same
One
thing.
is hard, one is soft,
It
one is
doesn't matter.
cheap,
It's the
one
same
is
thing.
expensive.
No, it's the same thing.
I don't know none of
Talk
that.
to any pharmacologist.
Talking about.
No. I'm just saying. All you
this
gotta do
is-
is talk to any pharmacologist.
This
It's the same
is G.
exact thing.
Jones. I have no clue what
Well, I'm
any of
telling
these
you,
dudes are talking
as
about.
an expert who has researched it,
Oh,
and
Expert.
as far as the laws go, well, anyway, that'll be on the political show. But it's the same exact thing. Okay.
All right, back to NFL.
Free
though.
base. But yeah, that killed the
We're
Rockets.
back
Anyway.
to NFL though.
Yeah. What about the NFL?
I mean, we got
What's
other
the-
people who have. Well, look, Chargers lost yesterday.
Yeah,
Chargers
they did.
lost.
Bad loss.
What about the fight? Not
The
the boxing
Charro
match.
twins?
No, not that. I'm talking about the little fight afterwards.
What fight?
Between what was that? Who was that for the Redskins and then the big offensive lineman for the Titans?
Josh
Josh Norman.
Josh Norman and then
Yeah.
Lawan.
Yeah, like the
Taylor
taunting part. That was crazy.
I
He
missed
wanted
that,
to get
man.
a piece of him.
I
bro.
missed that part.
who wanted to get who?
Josh Norman.
Oh, yeah.
Josh Norman had a chance to get a piece of him,
And
but the
didn't
dude was
want it.
6'6", 325. You really don't want it.
As
But-
long as you didn't say Trent Williams, because I think Richard Sherman learned about that one.
Yeah, I
mean,
And
any
so
offensive lineman
H-time,
versus
man. that
cornerback
boy-
yeah, no, you don't want
probably
any
not
of
a
that.
good matchup.
No, it's not.
It's a game of matchups.
They
and
say
that's not a
it
good
ain't
one.
about the size of the dog. It's about the dog and the fight in the dog.
Yeah, I
When you
know,
can
I know.
pick that
They say a
dog
lot
up
of
and
stuff.
just throw that dog into
They
a wall.
say a whole lot of stuff. A whole lot.
I
You
don't know.
listening to the Garage Apartment, man. We here every Sunday night from 6 to 7 Central Standard Time. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. So, you said the Chargers, yes, had a horrible loss. Redskins, they done.
Yeah, they're done.
Who
Dallas is sneaking in there.
Dallas Clint.
Dallas is in there.
Yeah, ain't that a dang shame?
Oh.
But hey, what happens if Philly makes
neutral.
the defending champs? Do they make teams nervous?
Yep.
Yeah, because they're actually playing like. Nick Foles is on fire.
Man,
Nick Foles is
bear
playing
down,
like
Cats.
last year. Nick Foles.
Bear down, Arizona.
He is. He's
Bear
playing like.
down.
He needs everybody to be tired, I guess.
Hey,
Yeah, he's fresh. Everybody else is injured. He's fresh.
hey.
So we'll fall into the wild card round.
I know that's disastrous.
We're number 3.
We would be at home as of now.
Yeah, at home.
We need the Patriots.
You meaning the Houston Texans?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, excuse me. We mean the Houston Texans. I am a Texans fan.
I'm just from Houston.
Okay.
Nice to know we on. Damn.
That's not what I was trying to do.
This guy,
Professional broadcast.
What is going on today, gentlemen?
Hey, mark that spot right there for
2 minutes
editing.
left. Drew Brees has the ball. 4th and 2.
4th and 2.
Now, Breeze, you got to make me look good, man. I just said
they're about to go
you're
down
the
to
greatest
2-minute
quarterback
Need
of
a
all
touchdown
time.
to win the game.
I just said you the greatest quarterback of all time. You got to make me look prophetic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Greatest
about?
quarterback of all time, Drew Brees?
Not
all
really.
time?
I'm just
Okay.
saying,
You mean of this era?
Yes.
I was gonna say he didn't
Not
even.
really.
He only won one state.
Again,
We're
can
on
you
title.
really compare? Can you really compare quarterbacks? With the difference in the era.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
It's called ability.
No.
You can't do it on ability.
It's
'cause
difficult
everybody
on
now
numbers
has
to
more
do that,
ability.
though.
Ability.
You
Numbers
have to use
and ability.
stats, man. That's the only thing. That's the reason you keep them.
Numbers and ability.
But is it fair to always make somebody greater than they really are simply because they have championships, man?
No, that's not fair. That's why you look at the stats that they do. Because several people can just coattail to a championship on a 52-team squad.
Dude, Tom Brady is hardly Trent Dilfer.
No, I'm not
Okay.
speaking of
Yeah,
that
we're
at
not.
all.
No, I'm not saying.
So what are we talking about here?
But people are saying he's the greatest quarterback
He
of
is the
all
greatest
time.
quarterback, you
He's
think.
not better than Peyton Manning.
No,
He's
no,
close,
he's not.
though. He's
Yeah.
No,
close.
he's not. He has
I
more
don't know.
championships.
He's clutch,
No.
though, bro.
All right, let's go. Look at his numbers. That year, all right, Peyton threw 48 touchdowns, right?
49.
And then he came back and threw 50?
And then Peyton threw 52.
Okay. Does that not put you on that same level though?
No, that just means you play in an era where you can throw a bunch of touchdowns.
So does Peyton.
Because remember when Brett Favre was playing, he was only throwing 40 a season, and that was amazing at the time.
But he was also on drugs.
Oh, come on. Okay, come. Oh boy.
And he was texting his.
Not sure what that means,
Yeah,
but okay.
yeah. I don't know.
And he was sending his mail organs to
ladies.
That makes
No,
sense.
that was when he got to the Jets. Where he started
and he
doing
was
that.
playing
wilding
with
out.
rapists and Mark
Hey.
Tremua and
Oh God.
Which
Oh,
makes you,
Chewy.
which
yeah.
should make you the greatest of all time.
I wonder where Mark Chimera is.
Yeah, that went under
What you
the
mean?
radar.
He's
a
in
lot.
No,
jail.
it didn't.
What
It was a big deal.
Nah,
No, he's not in
remember,
jail.
He's not in
big.
jail anymore.
No, that was
He's
a big
on-
deal
hey,
back then.
He's on the list though.
American
he's on
Chewy.
what list?
The list of having to go down to the police station and say, I moved in here.
Oh, you
Yeah.
mean the registered list?
Yes, he's on the list.
Yeah. He should be.
Yes.
He should
And I moved in here.
He had an after prom party, remember?
After prom party.
Yeah,
He was like, dude,
man.
we're going to have these chicks over, bro.
Horrible.
Dude, she's so hot.
Maybe he should have pulled
She's
it.
so hot,
look,
dude. Dude,
stop.
she's drunk,
Hey,
bro.
you're talking about
She's
my tight end,
drunk.
bro.
Hey, at least he
I'm
didn't.
going
Your
to
tight
you.
end,
Yeah,
bro.
you're talking about my
At
tight
least he
end.
didn't pull an Aaron Hernandez.
You're so hot to me, baby.
Hey.
They would have told.
All right,
I mean,
42. Oh, and he does not come up with it.
Pass
There
interference.
it goes. Always.
Home
Whenever the
cooking.
defense makes a stop,
Yeah, that's
they
home
give
cooking.
the ball
Home
back
cooking.
to the offense once
Yeah.
again.
Cook some etouffee there. Home cooking.
That was some jambalaya. That was some gumbo right there.
Some home cooking right
Say
there.
that there right there, yeah.
That was some of that.
Wow, what's
that-
happening?
Oh, well, he did hold
held
him.
him on the slant.
He held, yeah.
He
well,
was
that
beat.
was-
and
How
he
you
held
even
him.
expect to get away with that?
Did he tip it? 'Cause if he tipped
Yeah,
it,
the ball was tipped.
They still called it.
Yeah, I don't think you can review that. Was the ball
Joe
tipped?
Hayden pass interference.
Yeah.
Joe Hayden, what happened? How quick they fall?
Joe Hayden is not falling. He's
Yeah.
just out of Cleveland.
Yeah.
And so I hear less about him out of Cleveland than I did when he was in
Well, that's
Cleveland.
because he's no longer the man. He's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
he's just a part of a very
He was
good
the
defense
guy
in
in
Pittsburgh.
Cleveland.
He was the man in
He was
Cleveland.
the guy in Cleveland.
How quick
He's
they fall.
99.
He's 99, man.
We send still on NFL. We send in our prayers and good vibes to our boy Josh Gordon, man. I really do. I really hope he gets himself together.
I know.
I mean, not even football wise.
But just on a human level.
Exactly. Okay, so since we're going there, let's go ahead and talk about it. So now, because once again, we're still dealing with the hypocrisy that is the NFL, right? Because all the time we hear about how they are concerned with the safety of the players. Their safety of we all know that's just because that's what you have to say.
Yeah.
But if you're truly concerned with the safety of the players, don't you as a league have to do more with your players who are truly suffering from mental illness and substance abuse?
I read today that they had 24-hour security and cameras at Josh Gordon's home.
He had the Pac-Man Jones deal.
When he was on his bye week to make sure he did not get in trouble.
Right.
And he still snuck out. And apparently that was when he had his
slip up.
His slip up, if you will. 24-hour security.
Well, there's a very good friend of the show who has worked security for NFL teams. What he told me about that security.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Come on now. I mean,
slide me something. I'm sleep, bro.
It ain't even sliding, but I'm not gonna. You gonna go tackle Lindell White and say, hey, Coach Fisher said no girls in your room.
Or Casey Hampton, right?
Yeah.
Casey Hampton looking.
Well, the story was about Lindell White. I'll talk to you about it later. But what are you gonna do? And I mean, you just happy to be there. He was so excited to be there. He's like, oh look.
But on a serious note, though, because we all know, and one of the biggest problems that there is because people do not understand mental health, and oftentimes they're very dismissive towards it.
Yeah. Because
it's taboo or it's uncomfortable, because it's not just always one thing. When we're considering trauma, we're considering whatever might be a contributor to your mental health. Why don't you? Because I don't understand that you being the employer or you being the governing body of a league that this player is a part of, that you claim that you want to protect. Why is it always, gotcha?
Oh boy. Well, why not protect your investment?
That's because insurance is expensive, man.
No,
insurance is expensive. Really, really. I mean,
at the end of the day,
it's like at the end of the day, it's a business.
Yeah.
And they still paying them taxes on their insurance premiums, and the CEO's got to pay for the insurance for everybody.
I see it as supply and demand, man. There's more people out there.
Yeah,
so,
that too.
Like,
yes.
There's literally a pipeline waiting, and so you do what you can depending on how cold they are, and at some point in time, it's not worth the investment when you can simply bring in someone else.
Which makes LeBron James' comments true.
What part of LeBron James comments?
Where he said slave mentality. What I think he meant slave owner mentality.
No.
Side note,
in the sense that.
But side note, did you see where your boy Eric Reed?
Yeah, keeps getting drug tested.
Is getting drug tested
every week.
Every week.
Exactly.
For random drug testing.
So there it is. So
he's
exactly.
being targeted, yeah.
Is that not a gotcha? They trying to catch him.
They're trying to get you out.
I mean,
if you're testing one individual 7 times in 11 games, and then you got another individual who has a history.
It's the microcosm of life of a black man.
Well, I mean, that's what jobs do. Exactly. I mean, like, that's why the only problem I had with LeBron's comments was just the hyperbole. It's just like, bro,
that's a long way to go.
Okay, slavery. Okay, now he said that it's like, you do what I say, or I'm gonna get rid of all y'all. Well, they burned slaves.
Yeah, they killed them.
They used to put them on a rotisserie over a damn fire and dehydrate them to death.
Right.
Okay, this is not the same thing. You're talking about ownership and labor. And it's a messed up situation, don't get me wrong. And I understand what he's saying, but he also doesn't have a whole lot of history of his own league. And what they did to a player who was, they froze a player out who was averaging 25 points a game.
This is true.
A guy who was 10 times, as far as his level goes, the player that Kaepernick was as far as how important he was to his league and his team.
Absolutely.
I mean, and
Absolutely.
that happened years ago. Nobody, you know.
And for
And I mean-
those who don't know, he's talking about Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf,
Oh,
formerly
Chris
Chris
Jackson.
Jackson.
Touchdown. Oh,
Shout
no.
out.
That wasn't a touchdown? I'm sorry.
Sorry, they need to run the time, though. They need to.
Well,
not
they got
score
plenty of
until
time, though. They're
30
going
seconds on the
And so
clock.
those of you who don't quite,
That's a touchdown, bro.
That's touchdown. Those of you who don't quite remember, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf refused to stand for the national anthem, saying that the flag represented oppression and what was it? Oppression and
Yeah.
Prejudice.
Hypocrisy.
and murder,
Yeah.
and he just didn't stand. He wasn't proud
And
to
also-
stand and salute
After
such
his
a symbol.
conversion.
And also for his religious, he also saw it
Yeah.
as idolatrous to be reverent to an inanimate object. So,
So
that was part of it also.
So what the NBA ended up doing was suspending him. And Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf refused. He continued to refuse to stand for the national anthem. He even went so far as to one time he stood for the national anthem and turned his back.
Turned his back, yeah.
And apparently they didn't
Turned
like
his
that
back
either.
to the American flag.
Mm-hmm.
So they
As a form of protest.
as a form of protest. But so when they realized that he was not budging in his position, they came to an agreement to where they allowed him to
Yeah, it's a
pray
touchdown.
or drop his head
Right.
in observance of his
Right.
of his religion.
That was his compromise.
That was his compromise.
But even when he compromised, they still. Oh yeah, thank you, Hamad and Craig Hodges when he joined
and
the
Craig
nation.
Hodges,
man.
thank you, man, Ahmad,
Stay
boy.
with it.
I know if we didn't have Hamad,
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm
Hey,
talking about?
Ahmad's gonna get an intern as our stat boy. Stats.
In fact, we're gonna have Ahmad. Oh,
Hey,
I
we're gonna
got
call
it.
this. We're gonna call this the Arabic sports show.
January 19th. January 19th for the Fight Night Show. Ahmad gonna come sing the national anthem.
What?
He gonna come sing the national anthem.
Hey, do it.
Who's singing the national
Ahmad,
anthem
do
tonight?
it R. Kelly style.
Yeah,
I
we
hope
gonna
it's
have-
R. Kelly.
we gonna have
R.
some
Kelly
people
style.
coming in and
Please.
stepping.
We're gonna have
Yeah.
somebody come step
That
while
is
he
the
doing it.
greatest anthem
Yeah,
ever. I don't
that's
care
another
what
thing.
anybody says.
Yeah, that's
the
another thing to go
greatest
see on
anthem ever.
social media.
Yes, everybody should check out R. Kelly's national anthem.
That was
at
B
a-
Hop and
And Taylor, Jermaine
Jermaine
Taylor.
Taylor.
Yes, it
Jermaine
was.
Taylor.
Yeah,
Yes,
That was,
indeed.
talk about a spectacle.
stepping in the ring.
There he is, the greatest of all time.
That was
Yeah, he
that,
did.
That was a spectacle, man.
Yeah, it was a spectacle.
A
and
great
half.
spectacle. But that was America. Only in America.
I will say this: as much as R. Kelly is a piece of caca,
Man.
you got to give him credit. The boy's brave.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's that same brave. The same thing make you laugh, make you cry.
Hey.
So it's that same audacity.
Oh,
What
my
made him great also made him say, you know, because like men, you know what I'm saying?
What made him say, "Did you get your shots?"
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But it's the audacity because most men, I mean, you know, men have, you know, driven through like a high school and be like, oh, that's a nice looking lady. R. Kelly stops
Oh man.
and tries to holler.
Did you get your shots?
And then locks them in the room.
Yeah, the audacity
Hey,
of that.
hey, did
The
y'all?
same thing
did
made
y'all,
him do that.
y'all checked
He
out
can
the,
say at least he ain't pulled a Bill Cosby though. He ain't drugged nobody. He just didn't let him lead.
No, he just manipulated young girls' minds.
Yeah, and didn't let him
Promised
lead.
them stardom and then literally locks them in his home.
and urinates on them
And urinates on them.
On tape.
on tape.
And then
And
has
denies
the nerve to not realize what he has done, denies it. It's so my intelligence
Oh, I
tells me
shouldn't have
I
done
didn't
that?
see that, and gets upset with Dave Chappelle when he said, "Dude, you made a song about
Yeah.
peeing on people."
That was my brother. It wasn't me. No,
shouldn't have done that, huh?
but for real.
That was my brother.
Did y'all see the 30 for 30 about Benji, the basketball player from Chicago
I
that
keep
got
saying
shot?
I'm gonna
Oh
watch.
yeah.
I
that one,
haven't
yeah, I
seen
saw
it.
that one.
And I'm way behind in the
R.
30s,
Kelly's
30s.
on that one too.
Doing
Yeah.
what?
He went to school with the dude.
He went to school with Benji.
Yeah.
He's like doing an interview. He's talking.
Yeah, he's in there. Yeah.
What do they ask him?
I mean, they was like, "What you know about?" He was like, "Yeah, man. You know, we was hanging outside the school."
Yeah, I was at the middle school at that
I
time.
was like,
Oh man, I'm gonna go check that out.
I used to go to the
Yeah.
middle school for lunch, but when I got back, I heard that Benji had got shot.
I'm gonna check
My
that
little
out
cousin,
tonight.
my little cousin went to the middle school.
Yeah, that's why I was there.
Yeah, man.
Miss Johnson used to give me a few dollars to go pick up go pick up her niece and take her to the store on the way home. That's not funny. We should not be laughing.
That is a tragic
and let's
situation,
make it-
and we pray that all the ladies make it out of
It's
there.
tongue in cheek, everyone. We are just simply saying.
Speaking of tongue in
that
cheek,
it's
Dar, how
ridiculous.
about them Rockets though?
What about the
Oh,
Rockets?
man.
Yeah, what about him?
What about them? What are you
Man.
gonna say? What are you trying to tell me?
Ever since you gave them that great pep rally, they've been on.
I don't know though. Let me tell you why.
Here you go.
Now, granted, they have won 5 of their last 6 games, but that one game that they lost, they quickly resulted back to the beginning of the year.
Bad Rockets. Boy, that was the bad
And
Rockets.
if it is that easy for you to revert back to that, then you are not ready yet. Now, granted,
How many games
they're
they
without
behind
they're
now?
without Chris
4.5
Paul.
out, bro.
God.
They're 4.5 out of what?
4.5 out of first place.
Where are they at now?
Denver, Oklahoma City, and Golden State are all tied for first place.
No, I'm saying, but what number are they at right now? If playoffs were at the first
They're
quarter
the
of the
fifth
season,
seed, huh?
Playoffs are there.
The 4th seed.
The 5th seed, my
Oh.
and my behind. No, they're the 8th seed.
Excuse me.
the
Oh.
7th seed.
7th seed.
Oh, you said they're 4 games out of first place.
Yeah.
So they went from 14th to 7 in 5 games.
Yes, when they were second to last in the team, they were still less than 8 games back from first place. Nobody's running away with it.
No. And
especially-
I heard people trying to say the parity in the league. I don't know if it's the parity in the league.
The Rams got a little
I
bit
think
tighter.
there's a
It is-
tremendous
there's
amount of
parity
parity
in
in the
there,
league.
though.
Yeah, the teams have spread out.
I will say this though: these young players have gotten good.
They are talented.
This is
Yeah,
a good
they're
time for
getting
the
good.
league
Boy,
right
they
now.
are
This
it
is a
really,
good
as far
time.
as talent, these kids are talented.
But now you know because I'm absolutely loving this. Draymond Green is averaging 6.5 points a game, man.
And Draymond should have kept
Thank
his
you
mouth
for going
shut.
there. Thank you for going.
He
How
shoulda
can you see that goes back to my championships versus other things. Just because you are a member of a championship team does not make you a great player.
Man,
Now, granted, he played an intricate part in their winning
Yeah, he was a great player
championships.
for all those teams.
Dude, you are not that guy that gets to charge up Kevin Durant about anything.
Yeah.
Like certain players just can't say anything to anybody. Mark
Yeah.
Price, Steve Young cannot say anything to Allen Iverson. Not Mark Price, he never won one.
Steve Young.
You talking about Steve
Kerr?
Kerr?
Thank you.
Oh,
Excuse me. What did I say? Steve Young?
I was
Steve
like,
Kerr.
What is?
Not
I
Mark
don't know.
Price.
Steve Young
Steve
can say
Kerr
something to Allen
can never call out Allen Iverson.
That's racist.
What?
Mark Price
Samaki,
and Steve Kerr, the
Samaki
same guy.
Walker can never say anything to Karl Malone or Charles Barkley.
Yeah, I mean, but in
Walker,
Draymond's
wow.
defense, man, he
can't
was
Robert
there
Ory, though?
already, and you know they were winning championships before this guy got there, and
I know.
I mean,
That dude
And will
and
probably win
Draymond
when he
was
leaves.
there, yeah, and Draymond was
Lost.
there, so it's
lost
like
to them.
Draymond had tenure.
He lost to them.
He had tenure.
He lost to
Y'all
them.
ever
and
heard
was
the Ricky
like,
Henderson story?
He's the heart of that team. Like they literally,
About
he
tenure?
has.
And you
he
can't
has the
say
clout to be able to do whatever he wants to do until he obviously came at him in front of Steve Kerr. Then they suspended him.
and then you can't then say, oh well, he is a defensive player of the year. Now granted, yes, he was a defensive player of the year. But who's playing defense in the league now? I mean, who
Yeah,
else you
I
gonna
know.
give it to? Who else are you gonna give it to? The only other candidates are what? Gobert. Who else?
He got smashed on by.
Yeah.
Who else?
I mean, if you playing defense, you don't
Detroit,
get smashed.
Drummond,
Drummond. Okay.
DeAndre Jordan,
DeAndre. So that's 3. And because anybody else you can't name.
Capella.
Capella,
As a defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
Stop
Oh,
it.
boy.
Man.
Boy, y'all are some homers, man.
Bro, Capella is.
Hey, what did
Capella is 5th in blocks.
I was gonna say what did your boy
Second in field goal percentage.
what did your boy in L.A. win when he won one in Dallas?
Who you talking
Chandler.
about? Oh yeah. Hey.
Wasn't he 6
And a
man
lot
of
of
the
that, and a lot of that was because of defensive rebounds.
Okay,
Yes,
see,
it was
so
because
what are
of
you
him.
talking about?
But that's exactly my point. So it's like, okay, the award, yeah, that helps him with his demand for a salary. But truth be told, you can't say, oh yeah, he earned that because he was one of the best players in the league. So then for you to then call out one of by far the greatest players, well, not say, great is a big strong.
I mean,
Who
he's a
you
great
talking about?
scorer.
Kevin Durant.
He's a very good
You
scorer.
then call out Kevin Durant.
He's a very great scorer.
I was gonna say one of the greatest players in the history of the league. That might be.
I
It
mean,
might be
One
a
of the
little
greatest
early.
players of this era.
It might be
say
in
that.
his era. Yes, it might be a little early to say in the history of the league.
I mean,
Yeah, he's pretty great.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I am a Durantula fan. I used to refer to him as Durantula because he was a killer. Nah, not so much.
I'd have been the guy on the squad
He's
that
not a killer now.
But you can't then call him out and then average 6.5 points a game.
I'd have been on the guy on the
With
squad
a,
on
with,
the
a,
bench.
with a broken jumper, can't shoot threes.
I'd have been the guy on the bench
points
that'd
is
been
never-
like, bet you wouldn't box.
You were the turnover. You were the turnover. You the turnover guy on the team.
Yeah. I mean, he's not doing himself any favors as far as if he wants to get.
And
one of
this
those
is a
big
contract
contracts.
year. You trying to get a
Yeah.
big contract. You can't.
Yeah.
You definitely not gonna be maxed out just because you
He's
won
already
defensive
earned
player
his
of the year.
contract.
Maxed out.
Yeah, max player. You're not gonna be a max salary.
45
player.
seconds left. Pittsburgh has the ball, driving, trying to
Chris Boswell.
win the game with the field
No,
goal.
they
and
gonna tie the game, huh?
is it gonna tie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll
excuse
tie
my
the
math.
game.
Tie
We'll
the game.
He went to Scarborough.
Wow.
Shout out to the Spartans.
Wow.
HISD.
Speaking of, shout out to North Shore. What a great
Very
accomplishment
much
last,
so.
last
Excellent
night.
work.
That was a very exciting game,
East side on the map.
and the way they put it down.
Oh, that's a flag.
Shout out to all
That's
the
a
Houston
flag.
area teams. That
Yeah,
made it
shout
to
out
the
to
States.
Fort Bend Marshall
Nah.
for the way they
Look,
ended their season.
Gotta
I mean,
respect them boys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you do. Even though
persevering.
DFW tore our ass yet again. North Shore saved us.
I mean, yeah, but where
Okay,
they
we
go?
think our teams are so cold till we play somebody from the Metroplex, and then we're like,
yeah.
whoa,
Wait, but
okay, that's
but-
real life.
Hey, do we? Tell me something.
Look, I
Do you
played
think
against a few.
would
Dallas
it be
teams.
the same way if they came back down here to play state though?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah,
You think?
yeah, I do.
Perhaps.
I don't know.
Yeah, I do.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I do.
You don't think we'd have got Houston?
Cause hey, that
Type
Waco,
ref-
that Waco school handled their business.
Oh, that's Waco. That's
La
Waco.
Vega.
No, the
Waco.
refs. No,
La
no,
Vega
no,
handled
no.
their business.
The way I mean, they don't just choose local refs on that. They choose the best crews from around the state.
Oh, yeah,
so,
we know about Texas Breast Cruise. So.
you know, so I mean, it is what it is. But I think that the star.
Oh, he fumbled.
Yeah.
Juju with the new
USC baby.
with
Juju
the
on
new
that fumble.
Saints
Juju.
recovered. Juju Smith with a fumble.
Uh-oh.
Looks
Gave
like
up
that
the
might have won the
ghost.
game for the Saints.
All right. Well,
Wonder
You
how
are-
that makes those Atlanta fans feel.
I mean, them
Yeah.
Falcon fans. So yeah.
well, it's good.
Shout out, Slow. Holla at you.
Slow with the
Yeah.
filming.
Appreciate you.
With the
Well,
camera.
bartenders
Look at
get
that
ready to
face
make
there,
some
look
money
at
because
that.
they're gonna keep drinking.
You are
They
listening
not
to the
going
Garage Apartment. Be sure that we're here every Sunday night. Be sure to check us out each and every Sunday night from 6 to 7 Central Standard Time. Follow us on Instagram at the Garage Apartment, Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Hey,
No,
shout
but I'm
out to
serious.
A Better Media too.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
A
yeah.
Better Media.
Oh, the
Fund.
bike drive.
Yeah, the bike
Let's
drive
talk about the
Friday.
bike
We
How
gave
was
away
that?
some bikes
We gave away
At
bikes.
Ernest
That was
McGowan
awesome.
Elementary
at
School.
Ernest
Yes.
McGowan Elementary School.
It
Shout
was
out.
Great. It was
Our
great.
school very
Showing
near and dear
a
to
great.
this show.
It was a great event. It was a great showing.
Yeah.
It felt good to give back to the kids. And
Yeah, yeah,
It
young
felt
people.
good to see the kids happy. Actually,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Having a good time.
having a good time,
You know,
dancing.
yeah.
Shout out to all the shows, the 92 KL shows that came out.
Shout
Absolutely.
out.
Bro,
Where's my
phone?
phone?
Yeah,
Donated
bro, where's
stuff.
my phone?
Say
Chocolate
what?
Detour was there.
Chocolate
What?
Detour.
Chocolate
Yeah.
Detour, and even on the
DJ Kales.
Blessed Beats.
was on the
yeah,
ones and twos.
Bless
Yeah, Bless
Beats.
Beats was
Bless
in there.
Beats.
Not so
Marcus
Christian and
Sullivan.
me.
the Not So Christian show.
Yeah, yeah.
Not So Christian Show. Absolutely.
Not so Christian and me.
And
Not
me,
So
I'm
Christian
sorry,
and
Not So
Me
Christian and Me show. My
Yeah.
bad.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry.
I love the name of that show.
Yeah, that is a real. That's a real. Speaking of, I wonder if she even. Y'all see the Man Family with this CD,
No.
the clean music for the Christians to make love too.
Oh, okay.
No, are you serious?
So hold on. So
Wait, so they got some R&B Christian
hold
music?
on. I'm sorry. I've got to hear this. Is that really?
Look
Did they come with that?
I promise you, tell
Oh,
me, man. And
God.
what's your boy, man?
Yeah. Man.
Tell me,
Brown.
man. Yeah, Mr. Brown,
Yeah.
man. They got them a little.
Yeah.
I did see they were on tour.
And
the
you couldn't
entire
find
family.
two sexier people either to make some sexy music.
Hey, I'm
I'm
sorry.
not touching that one.
Not to.
Hold on, wait.
Surprise
Timberland is
Couples
kind of sexy.
R&B
though.
Clean Love album.
Not the.
Yeah,
In her
okay.
own way.
Wait till you
Yeah,
see the
alright.
picture that they showed on
In
there.
his
Alright, yeah,
interview,
she's
he
kinda
said,
sexy.
"This is for people who simply want to get booty."
Is that what they say?
That is the headline that popped up when I looked it up.
Clean
on
love. Oh,
Hey,
Hey,
it
Christians get booty, man.
yeah, they do, man.
Hey,
but
that's
you
that.
know,
That's that.
It's
that's
a
that,
godly act, man.
It's that clean
It can
love,
be.
that vegan
God
love.
said go
man.
forth and procreate. You can't do
Yeah.
that unless you get booty.
Hey,
yeah, you gotta get
Hey.
booty for that.
dude. See,
Oh, I gotta hear this
I
record.
promise you should look.
Who
on,
got it bootleg?
Hey, somebody, y'all should go on Twitter and see some of the Twitter comments about that. Oh my God. Yo, the track list. The people like made up a track list. Oh my.
Of what the
Jesus.
possible songs
Yes,
would
yes.
be. Never
Hilarious.
mind Jesus watching. He don't see nothing wrong with bump and grind.
Okay, so y'all are crazy. So he is saying that this is not a Christian album at all.
Okay.
This is simply a getting booty music
I
album.
like booty. Ain't that what he said?
It says
I like booty.
More important
some
than
people
that.
aren't married and they're tearing it up. Some people are married and they're tearing it up. The music is for everybody.
Okay.
Mm.
Well,
Well-
he should have just said we're making an R&B
It's an
album. Why you
R&B
gotta talk
album.
about getting booty and all that
I mean,
weirdo
you
stuff?
know, Snoop made a gospel album, so
Ah.
you know, hey,
Yes,
gospel people.
indeed.
Yeah, slow. Snoop made a gospel album. It was number one on the gospel album
People were
charts.
buying it as well.
Snoop made a gospel album, bro. I promise you. You want? I've actually downloaded that on. You want to listen to it?
You bootleg the gospel album?
No, I didn't
Oh.
bootleg it.
Oh, you did say you said download. I
Yes.
apologize.
You know, I downloaded it. It's Snoop. I mean, he has everybody on there, like the Clark sisters. He has a lot of people on there.
Who does? The,
Snoop.
oh, you talking about the Snoop album?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Snoop
yeah,
album.
yeah.
That
Yeah,
went
but
number
I mean,
one.
Snoop had Snoop lying all kinds of
Exactly. Snoop went reggae.
Yeah,
once.
Diedrich Haddon was on there, but Diedrich Haddon could have been on death row.
I mean, Molly Music. is
Like
on
his
there.
music. I was like, what is this?
I mean, you know.
But anyway, yeah. So
Yes, but yes, before we were on there.
yeah, okay. So we want to. Okay, we did North. You want to dip into the Charlos and
Man,
whether or not
that
PBC on Fox was a success or
I
what
actually
was it?
didn't
And
get
will
a
it
chance
be?
to watch the fight.
It
man.
was
So
a
what
success.
happened?
It was a success
Yeah.
because it had controversy in it. It's gonna make you come back. To
Does
it.
that make it a success though? 'Cause
Controversy
it-
creates
boxing
cash.
has become anonymous with synonymous.
Synonymous,
Thank you.
thank
I was gonna say
Synonymous.
anonymous.
Thank
Yes,
you.
it's become
Synonymous.
anonymous too.
Boxing has become synonymous with
Jack
controversy.
Ace High School.
Oh, watch yourself.
Yeah, I
The-
know, right?
The world renowned.
And TSU mass
Hey,
communication.
recognize redneckernized.
Yes, you rednecker. Is
That's right, redneckernized, man.
Oh,
Ain't playing no games with y'all.
Steelers, you
No,
are
I
out
think
the
it was.
playoffs.
I think it was.
Drew Brees.
One of them won. Both of them lost. It might have been a larger issue, but when one of them wins, I think that'll still
Which one lost?
be able to market them enough so that
lightweight.
The lightweight.
Yeah.
The junior
Yeah,
light.
yeah.
The junior lightweight.
Jermell.
Jermell lost.
Jermell lost.
So, okay.
yeah. And,
But
uh,
it
Oh,
was-
the better one won, though.
But
yeah, I
it-
know. Yeah, it's always a dominant twin. In
But it was.
I would strongly disagree, sir. Me having twins.
you don't have that. Well, I got cousins
a
that are twins,
dominant
and
twin?
One's dominant.
No. They do have their individual strengths. Not a
No.
dominant.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about there's one who kind of calls the. My cousins who are twins, one calls the shots. I mean, it's amazing how well they work together. Twins are strange.
I honestly can't say that. Now they will flip flop on you, but I can't honestly say one is more dominant than the other one.
Well, okay, in my experience, they have.
Maybe
been.
one is more introverted than the
Well,
other one.
the controversy in the fight though was
Yeah.
the scoring was very terrible.
The scoring was very terrible.
It was unanimous
It
decision,
was
115,
unanimous,
113.
and
so
everybody.
all three saw it that way.
yes, everybody.
it was
But
unanimous.
but
that was the problem.
all three saw it that way. But everybody in the arena
Saw it the other way.
saw it. When I say everybody, Mancini saw it differently. The other commentator, everybody saw it differently.
So should he protest the results?
I mean,
it's-
it's an auto.
Protest
He
all
gets
you
he
want.
gets a he gets a
Yeah, it's
rematch. They're gonna rematch it.
That's not the
Yeah.
point, though. The O is gone.
I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
know.
gonna
You know
be.
what I mean?
Ooh, I know that hurt.
That's a difference of
It's money.
a
you know
place
he-
value.
Well,
Of millions versus thousands.
And see, I really thought that was
Well-
going to affect his brother because you see how dejected he looked when he saw
I
that.
don't even see
They
how that
twins,
happens.
man.
I don't even understand.
Yeah, that's that
but
twin weirdness.
I guess, but
It's not weirdness, it's uniqueness.
Okay.
the reason the
That's
reason
what
why he lost that O is because he came out like he came out just not wanting to lose.
Well, from what I understand, yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
He didn't come out to win.
yeah, he didn't. He didn't go for
And
the
it was
jugular.
they're both counterpunchers.
Mm-hmm.
They're both counterpunchers.
Yeah,
so
it wasn't. a
he
good
was
fight.
waiting for the challenger to be aggressive when the challenger was just waiting on him.
So he was a champ, though, right?
Yeah, he was.
So then it gets an automatic rematch, right?
Yeah.
But I remember there was a time when you had to dominate the champ to take the champ's belt. Are they no longer doing that?
No. Not really.
No, not really. You-
Because I'm
you
be
have to
honest,
put the champ on his
that
back
is
or
what
something.
saved Wilder. Because Wilder almost got dominated, but
Yeah.
when that last round
Yeah.
and those two knockdowns was
Ah.
what convinced the judges that I can't take the fight from him.
Yeah, that was a weird decision, man.
He was at the fight too.
Who, Wilder?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, because he's
all
a
of them were there.
he's a PBC fighter.
Nah, but the heavyweight dude that fought before them,
Yeah, he wants to fight.
he wants to
Joshua
fight.
now.
Yeah, Wilder. He wants to fight Wilder. 'Cause
Oh,
he was-
I saw him call out Joshua too.
Oh, he's just trying to get clout.
Oh yeah,
he
he
just
was
wanna
clout
fight.
chasing.
Clout
he was
chasing.
clout chasing.
He clout chasing.
That's the new
yeah,
thing.
he just want to
Yeah,
fight
that's what the kids say.
That's what the cheering is on. Clout chasing.
because they didn't learn something.
Yep.
Nah, not necessarily. They just
They learned what clout is.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, but everybody, yeah, he's definitely clout chasing. So I don't know how instrumental he is in the heavyweight division. There's really three
I mean,
guys.
he
in
didn't
there
look
now.
very good. He just got very lucky.
No.
He punched old dude in the back of the neck.
Sherman got in a fight with two people today?
I'm
Who?
sure.
Who is that?
He's in.
Richard Sherman? Yeah, he mad about Reuben Foster. He's just angry.
Yeah.
I wanna see him fight. This football fighting with helmets, it's so
Man.
bad.
Hey, I don't know. I forgot who was fighting. The last real good fight I saw, but they was punching through helmets.
What?
Richard Sherman got in a fight with the entire Chicago
Bears.
sideline.
During the game?
Yeah.
it looks like that
After
was
getting
happening.
getting a flag for a late hit.
Yeah.
That was
Oh.
a late hit too.
Maybe Richard Sherman said he ain't taking this no more.
Wait, how is Richard
now
Sherman
he's
out
backing up.
there? How is everybody out there and they're fighting amongst? How'd
Richard
that
Sherman
happen?
just got in there, hit a few people, and backed out. So he started a fight with the whole Chicago sideline.
Okay, so in these winter meetings of baseball, I'm
Oh,
sorry for
yeah.
the bad.
Oh.
Sorry for the bad transition on that one.
Yeah.
Quick.
You know,
Yeah,
black
and we
folks
gonna
don't
have to
like
make it
Y'all
quick.
sell Puig.
We gotta
Y'all
make it
sell
quick.
Puig. Matt Kemp, holla at you.
Yeah,
Um,
the Reds have gotten very good. The Dodgers have
Harper's
freed
on
up a
his
lot of
way.
money, and they might be getting Bryce Harper very soon.
For like $300 million.
Hey, you
Over.
think so? Is he not
turned
worth it?
down. He
He's
turned
not
down
worth it.
$300 million.
Is he
not
not?
worth
it.
He's not worth $300 million.
No, he's not.
You're out of your
If
mind.
anybody's worth it, he is.
No, he's not.
Exactly.
If anybody's worth it,
I mean, if-
Altuve is.
Oh,
Stop it.
Well, I mean,
Well, look, we're gonna have to leave it there,
yeah,
fellas.
an hour is too short. guys.
We're gonna have to leave it there.
We'll be
once again.
continuing this
'Cause
conversation
I would
on
like to talk
YouTube.
how everybody's trying to take our starting rotation. as
And
well, the
Facebook Live.
Astros starting
Of
rotation.
course
Yeah,
they
man.
are. Do you know how many
Yeah, why wouldn't
strikeouts
he?
we
Picking
have?
everybody.
How many
So-
strikeouts we threw for him?
We might
Stop
leave. We
playing.
might leave. We're gonna continue this conversation later on, but we might leave with baseball next week. Anyway, you are listening to the Garage Apartment, man. We are here each and every Sunday night from 6 to 7 Central Standard Time. Again, be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube page.
Subscribe to it.
Merry Christmas.
know,
Absolutely. Y'all have a wonderful, happy holidays, happy Kwanzaa,
holidays,
Rosh
Merry
Hashanah.
Rosh Hashanah, no.
Was so
no.
October.
All
bro.
those
not
things you
Rosh Hashanah.
celebrate. I
It was
was going to
so-
name them all. Hanukkah, I know Hanukkah's over anyway.
That
Yeah, but Rosh
Passover,
Hashanah definitely ain't it.
Kwanzaa, yeah,
Anyway,
that's so
man, y'all
October,
stay
man.
blessed.
Prayers to everybody.
We'll talk to y'all next week.
You know, black people said we ain't listening to the show. You talking about leading with baseball. Black people not